Why losing weight is harder than ever today. Have you ever wondered why losing weight feels so difficult today? Why did people in earlier generations seem to stay slimmer and healthier, even though they didn't have gyms on every corner, diet apps on their phones, or endless weight loss programs to follow? They ate simple food, moved naturally, and rarely obsessed over calories. Yet today, despite living in a world full of information, technology, and solutions, obesity rates continue to rise, and millions of people struggle just to maintain a healthy weight. The truth is uncomfortable, but important to understand. This is not simply a personal failure, and it is not just about a lack of discipline or motivation. Modern life itself has created conditions that make weight loss harder than at any other time in history. Much of what we eat today is no longer food in the traditional sense. It is industrially processed and carefully engineered to taste as good as possible. Ultra-processed foods dominate supermarkets, restaurants, and convenience stores. They are cheap, accessible, and designed to keep you coming back for more. These products often contain refined carbohydrates, added sugars hidden under many different names, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. They are not created to nourish your body. They are created to stimulate your brain, override natural hunger signals, and encourage overconsumption. You can eat a large portion and still feel unsatisfied. You can feel physically full, yet mentally crave more. This constant push to eat beyond your needs makes maintaining a healthy weight extremely difficult. This is not a weakness of character. It is biology being exploited. The human brain evolved in an environment where food was scarce and calories were precious. It is not prepared for a world where highly rewarding, calorie-dense food is available 24 hours a day. One of the most powerful drivers of weight gain in modern diets is sugar. In the past, sugar was rare and consumed occasionally. Today, it is everywhere. It appears not only in desserts and soft drinks, but also in bread, sauces, breakfast cereals, flavored yogurt, and foods marketed as healthy. When sugar intake is high, insulin levels remain elevated. This hormonal state encourages fat storage and makes fat burning more difficult. Hunger returns sooner, energy levels fluctuate, and cravings become stronger. Over time, the body becomes trapped in a cycle of frequent hunger and constant desire for quick energy. The more sugar you consume, the more your body asks for it, making long-term weight loss increasingly challenging. At the same time, modern lifestyles dramatically reduce physical movement. The human body was designed to move throughout the day. In the past, people walked long distances, worked physically, and stayed active without thinking about it. Today, many people spend most of their waking hours sitting, at desks, in cars, and in front of screens. This lack of movement slows metabolism, weakens muscles, and reduces daily energy expenditure. As a result, simply eating less is often not enough. A slower metabolism means the body burns fewer calories at rest, making weight loss harder even when food intake is reduced. The issue is no longer just how much you eat, but how your body processes and uses energy. Stress is another major factor that cannot be ignored. Modern life is filled with constant pressure, work demands, financial concerns, information overload, and nonstop digital stimulation. Chronic stress keeps the body in a state of alertness, increasing levels of cortisol. This hormone plays a role in fat storage, especially around the abdomen, and can interfere with normal metabolic function. Sleep deprivation makes the situation even worse. Lack of sleep disrupts hormones that regulate hunger and fullness. You feel hungrier, crave high-calorie foods, and have less energy to stay active. Over time, poor sleep and chronic stress create a powerful biological environment that favors weight gain and resists weight loss. Adding to the problem is the overwhelming amount of misleading weight loss advice available today. Crash diets, extreme restrictions, rapid weight loss promises, and unregulated supplements are widely promoted. While these methods may lead to quick results on the scale, they often damage metabolism, reduce muscle mass, and increase the likelihood of weight regain. Many people end up stuck in a cycle of losing and regaining weight, feeling frustrated and discouraged. This repeated failure often leads people to blame themselves. They believe they lack willpower or that something is wrong with them. In reality, the problem lies in unrealistic methods and a modern environment that works against long-term health. If you are struggling to lose weight, It is important to understand this. You are not broken, you are not lazy, and you are not alone. You are responding normally to an abnormal environment. A world filled with ultra-processed food, constant stress, poor sleep, and limited movement makes weight loss extremely difficult for almost everyone. The good news is that understanding these challenges is the first step toward change. When you stop blaming yourself and start recognizing how modern life affects your body, you can begin to make smarter, more sustainable choices. In the next part, we will explore how the body truly regulates weight, why the traditional eat less, move more approach often fails, and the common mistakes that keep millions of people stuck. The most important insights are still ahead. After understanding that the modern world has made weight loss harder than ever, the next question becomes clear. Why do so many people try to eat less and exercise more, yet still fail to lose weight or end up gaining it back? The answer lies in an important truth that is rarely explained clearly. Body weight is not controlled by calories alone. It is regulated by a complex biological system inside the human body. The human body is not a simple machine that counts calories and decides whether to gain or lose weight. Instead, it is designed with one main priority: survival. To protect itself, the body uses hormones, the nervous system, and metabolism to defend its energy reserves, stored body fat. When you suddenly eat much less, your body does not interpret this as a weight loss plan. It interprets it as a shortage of food. In response, it activates protective mechanisms. Metabolism slows down to conserve energy. Hunger increases to push you to eat more. The body becomes more efficient at saving calories in every activity. This is why many people lose weight quickly at first, then hit a plateau even though they continue eating less. It is not because they are doing something wrong, but because the body has adapted. The situation becomes worse when severe calorie restriction is combined with excessive exercise. The body may perceive this as an even greater threat. Instead of burning more fat, it may begin breaking down muscle tissue because muscle requires more energy to maintain. Losing muscle slows metabolism further, and when normal eating resumes, weight often returns faster than before. This creates the trap that millions of people experience: losing weight, hitting a plateau, feeling exhausted, giving up, and then regaining the weight. Another critical factor is hormones that regulate body weight. Hunger hormones, fullness hormones, insulin, cortisol, leptin, all of them directly influence how much you eat, how strong your cravings are, and whether your body stores or burns fat. When these hormones are disrupted by poor diet, chronic stress, or lack of sleep, weight loss becomes an uphill battle. This is why the advice, just eat less and move more, sounds logical, but fails in real life. It ignores human biology and places all responsibility on personal willpower while overlooking how the body reacts to long-term restriction. Another common mistake is becoming obsessed with the number on the scale. That number does not accurately reflect what is happening inside the body. You may lose water weight, muscle mass, or experience hormonal disruption while the scale goes down, yet your health worsens. On the other hand, you may improve metabolism, build muscle, and reduce internal fat while the scale barely changes. Focusing only on weight leads many people to make harmful decisions, such as eating too little, skipping meals, or following extreme diets. These approaches may work briefly, but over time, they cause the body to resist even more strongly. It is important to understand that the body does not want rapid weight loss. It wants stability. It wants reassurance that energy is still available. When the body feels threatened, it fights back in every way it can. So the real problem is not that you are not trying hard enough. The problem is that many common strategies work against your own biology. Once people understand this, many feel a sense of relief. They realize that past failures were not due to personal weakness, but to incorrect guidance. Sustainable weight loss is not a battle against the body. It is a process of working with the body. And that is exactly what we will explore next: the core principles that support realistic, safe, and long-term weight loss, without extremes, without punishment, and without fighting against yourself. If you have failed before, quit before, or believed that weight loss was impossible for you, the next part is the one you should not miss. After understanding why the modern world has made weight loss so difficult, and why familiar strategies like eat less and exercise more often fail, The most important step is to change the way we see the problem. Sustainable weight loss is not a battle against the body. It is a process of learning to listen to it, respect it, and work with it. The first and most important step is to stop blaming yourself. Many people begin their weight loss journey feeling guilty, ashamed, and constantly criticizing themselves. They believe they are weak, undisciplined, or somehow different from others. But once you understand that your body is simply responding to a modern environment, it becomes clear that the problem is not who you are. The problem is how we have been taught to approach weight loss for years. Healthy weight loss begins with stabilizing the body, not forcing it to change too quickly. Instead of extreme calorie restriction, the focus should be on improving food quality. When you eat less processed foods that are rich in nutrients, adequate protein, fiber, and healthy fats, the body gradually begins to feel safe again. When this sense of safety returns, hormones start to rebalance, hunger becomes more predictable, and controlling food intake feels far more natural. Another key principle is respecting the body's natural rhythms. Getting enough sleep, reducing stress, and maintaining consistent daily routines are not optional details. They are the foundation of long-term weight loss. When you sleep well, hunger and fullness hormones function properly. When stress levels decrease, cortisol drops, and the body no longer feels the need to store fat for protection. Many people change their diet, but ignore sleep and mental health, then wonder why nothing improves. Physical activity also needs to be redefined. Weight loss does not require exhausting workouts or punishing exercise routines. In fact, gentle and consistent movement often produces better results. Walking, light daily activity, and strength training to preserve muscle all support a healthier metabolism without triggering stress responses. When muscle mass is protected, the body burns energy more efficiently, even at rest. A critical mindset shift is letting go of the obsession with the number on the scale. Body weight fluctuates for many reasons, including water retention, hormones, sleep quality, and stress. The scale does not tell the full story. Instead of focusing only on weight, pay attention to other signs of progress. Increased energy, better sleep, reduced cravings, improved mood, and clothes fitting more comfortably. These changes often appear before significant weight loss becomes visible. Sustainable weight loss also requires patience. The body needs time to trust that it is no longer in a state of scarcity. When you provide consistency, nourishment, and stability, the body gradually becomes willing to release stored fat. This process is not fast, but it is safe, lasting, and far more respectful of your health. Equally important is abandoning the all or nothing mindset. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to eat perfectly every day or exercise without missing a single session. One unhealthy meal does not ruin your progress. One missed workout does not equal failure. What matters most is your ability to return to balanced habits after moments of inconsistency. Progress comes from persistence, not perfection. As your approach changes, you may notice that weight loss no longer feels like constant suffering. Instead, it becomes a learning process about your body, your habits, and your emotional triggers. You begin to recognize when you eat from true hunger and when you eat from stress. You learn to rest without guilt. You start caring for your body instead of punishing it. If you have failed before, quit before, or believed that weight loss was impossible for you, remember that many others have stood in the same place. The difference between those who eventually succeed and those who stay stuck is not stronger willpower. It is a better approach. When you stop fighting your biology and start working with it, meaningful change becomes possible. Weight loss is not about punishing your body for how it looks today. It is about building a healthier, more sustainable, and more peaceful life, physically and mentally. And that journey does not need to be painful. If there is one message to take away from this entire video, it is this. You do not need to become a different person to lose weight. You only need to understand your body better and create the right conditions for it to change. When you do that, weight loss is no longer impossible. It becomes a natural result of living in a way that aligns more closely with how the human body is meant to function.